Hello everyone and welcome back to another WARNO video, and today we're gonna have a bit of an inside look into a game I played lately, because I know a lot of you, and including me as well, for a long while had issues on dealing with airborne divisions and therefore deploy, and they were really strong in the last patch. They are still strong and quite annoying in the current patch, and I wanted to show you a video on how to deal with them, based on a game I just played yesterday from the new patch, and have a look a bit more into the details. And let's talk about the beginnings here. It's 82nd Airborne versus 79th Guards, and 79th Guards, when it comes to fighting for deploy, has a pretty tough startup because, first of all, a lot of the infantry comes in slower vehicles like BMPs, and their AA, you have Tunguskas, which are quite nice, but a lot, and you have some long range as well, so that part is decent, but you don't have much forward deploy strong infantry either. You have the Spetsnaz GRU, which are decent, but you only get a small cut of those, and no strong fast follow-up vehicle there either. BRDMs you maybe could use, but that's another thing. And then I also weakened myself even further with the deck, because I have a forward supply FSP, a forward supply point, as that cost me another 175 points. So I really already knew with the opener I can't contest the whole map. So, and that's something that you always have to do in a matchup like this. So I decided against pushing closer to Oscar. I decided to give all of this room here to the enemy, focused on just getting X-Ray, because that's my back point here. And with the new maps, you usually can give up that much room against the forward deploy division somewhere on the map. And I decided to just focus around Zulu with most of my forces. As you can see here, we have one Motostralki and one BRDM leader. Sorry, going to X-Ray. And then the rest going around Alpha and Zulu. And as you can see, enemy with a pretty aggressive play here as well. Apache and Cobra, and some Humvees here as well. The double Tunguska, pretty much needed. Good AA for sure, key. And then a bit of contesting with the few forward deploy units that you have. You need to contest at some point on the map against the enemy forward deploy. So I decided in Zulu, so I brought some infantry here and tried to get these guys around as fast as possible. The helicopter here is a risky one, as you will see in a second, and when we start the game. And the enemy comes in with the Phantom and the Eagle here to secure the airspace to allow the helicopters to run Rampage. And my helicopter obviously will have to hide from that. I saw the planes. I decided to stay close to the Tunguskas. If they try to run me down when I'm next to the Tunguskas, they get way too close to it, and then at least one of their planes, potentially both of their planes, will get shredded. And if I can micro my helicopter in altitude, I can even dodge the plane, so that wasn't an issue. It just meant that I couldn't be up here and stop enemy deployment, but that was fine for now. I had some infantry in there, obviously not in the greatest spot, but I at least stopped the enemy from getting complete control over the town before my vehicles here arrive and my tanks. So this airborne dragon, for example, not in any building yet. Mi-24 even gets in there. Enemy wanted to stop me here. I didn't have anything here, luckily. So the helicopters rotated around. I got a MiG-29 out. That was a bit risky. Luckily that missile didn't hit. I wanted to bait the enemy over my Tunguskas. That part worked out. But my Tunguskas still didn't hit anything. And now I ran here a bit too close, and this was a mistake for sure. Apache here coming around, and I should have stayed a bit further back. I saw the helicopters already, and I knew my Tunguskas would be busy. My plane gets out. Cobras both getting hit. Missile comes in, but misses again. And I lose the T-80, and I lose the BMP-2. So the start, good idea from me here. Staying close to the Tunguskas, bad execution. So that made this game even harder. So as you can see, you don't have to play perfect to win against Airborne, but you have to stay calm. Like, now I knew I would have to wait a good bit longer to win this fight, and I might even have to give up the town for a while. Enemy helicopters at least pushed back, but not dealt with. Apache here though, that's where I get a catch, and the enemy helicopter here gets stunned down, and the missile comes in and hits and finishes off. So at that moment I knew, okay, I at least revenged my T-80BV. That's a similar price point there for the Apache, and high availability on my vehicle. And yeah, now my motor Strelkies also could move around here a bit. Enemy with one airborne unit here. I didn't have the reinforcements, so I didn't want to move my infantry too much here. I wanted to stay defensive, even though I leave all of this room to the enemy. But if I would have moved into the airborne with my Brezhvetka, I would have lost it. Spetsnaz as well. Tunguska absolutely need to be kept alive here, as good as possible. Mi-24 moving forward. And another thing you always want to do is hotkey group those radar AAs. A mistake that I did here at the beginning in this game is because I played it quite late. I didn't hotkey group the Tunguskas. That won't end well in a second. And as we can see here, Mi-24 dealing with the airborne, helping out. You need to try to deal with the infantry, either with 2-to-1 scenarios. You want to do it with 2 infantry of yours against theirs, or with something like helicopters, tanks, and so on. They can't easily deal with that, and yeah, here we go. Seed takes out one of Tunguska and the coup I brought in, so really, really painful. And that was a massive problem. I shouldn't have lost those. It's pretty well known that F-16s have seed, and now my Mi-24 at least doesn't go down. The Motostrelkies hold the line here, but the airbornes have gotten in, so these 2 losses will make it harder, but not impossible. I get now Strelas in to keep more AA up. Just hold the line here. Helicopter has to go down. It unfortunately doesn't in time, so the Phantoms get the kill there. So the airborne is really playing to their advantage so far, and they get the trades. So situation here is not great, but fortunately also not super terrible, as I know the enemy has a lot of airplane investment into airplanes, so they can't have insane amounts on the ground just yet. The helicopters here just got repaired partially. More supply there needed for the enemy. Trying to deal with the enemy airborne over here. BMP-2 moving forward, because my Spetsnaz with good recon in a good place don't see anything yet. And enemy doesn't have anything here to push in. I always had to keep an eye out here to make sure that they don't push in there, whilst really setting up my AA network again with Strelas, Coops. This time I had them hotkey grouped as well against enemy seed. Airborne here under fire by the BMP-2. Autocannons is really helpful in these kind of engagements. F-15 coming around. Missiles don't want to hit. Phantom coming around as well. Doesn't get hit either. Really unfortunate there. More helicopters coming around. Airborne still being hit here. Mi-24, right, Mi-24 getting onto the airborne. Getting some good damage in there. Needs to go down. Micro there, decent enough to keep it alive. Kills one Phantom. Second Phantom takes a heavy damage. Will be out for a while. So good trade there. Mi-24 still alive, and I know I have the FOB, so I also know artillery is something where you beat the airborne divisions, and I'm planning for getting that later. For now, you don't want to invest into artillery in situations like this, even though it seems somewhat calm at the front line. If the enemy invests into 2-3 more infantry units, and I don't invest into them either, and just buy a Grad, and then maybe my first Grad doesn't hit well, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble here as well, because I underestimated the second seed plane and didn't unlock my didn't keep my radar stuff turned off, so the seed gets me here once more. Coops and Strelas coming in here, not getting the kill though, and my MiG-29 goes down, so once more problematic. Coop doesn't find the shot either, and as I said, this game didn't go perfect. Still taking damage here. You want to avoid that. You especially against 82nd. You want to be on top of your radar AA, but it still is winnable. I'm down on the tick now, but it's still 32 minutes, and even if I would have to give the full up zone up, it would still be 16 minutes, so you have some time, especially on the new maps, to give to the enemy. You just can't give up the whole map, but one zone is not a problem. Apaches here coming in. Cobras, we have the double Strela, we have UATs coming up as well. Strela's unfortunately pretty low on ammo though, so the BRDM is in trouble. And tries to escape there, but heavy fire on it. Saperi RPO in trouble as well. The Strela will get reloaded. A lot of Eagles coming in to just force the enemy to be shot by AA whenever they want to kill a helicopter or a bomb bus or anything like that. And now getting enough infantry here to potentially push in again. Apache's still a problem. Stella's at least reloaded to try to push them back. We have Avengers on the other side to deal with helicopters of mine. The Mi-24 is so far done pretty good. Another cube coming in, so yeah, that's the fourth cube. And now that's all of them. Mi-24 having to disengage. Obviously, if I would have micro the Tunguska way better, I would be in a better spot already. But this game also is a bit of a show of, like, even if it doesn't go perfect against Airborne, and even if they have the advantage, which with the +1 and with the amount of airplanes they have here now and the amount of helicopters, which they should have used a bit more here. Obviously, my opponent not playing perfect either, but as I said, neither did I. They have the advantage, but we will grind it back from there. Motor Strelky's coming up, DMD2 chilling out here, and eventually we will get ourselves some artillery. Let's speed it up a bit here. You can see enemy brings an airborne. DMD2 gets the Humvee. F-16 goes down, and the enemy now has a big concentration of units as well, and that's where I decided to bring in the Grad. Su-25s here, maybe a bit over-eager. I tried to bait their planes in here. That's why I tried to prevent them from getting complete snowball of planes. My attempt was a bit to bait them over all my AA, but that didn't quite work out. The F-15 came around, and I got the kill there at least. Trade with that somewhat okay, but Su-25 went down. Yeah, helicopters here still around, so it's not a perfect fix. Meanwhile, rocket artillery, Grud's coming in, trying to help out. Next Grud comes around, trying to deal with the units here. Not a perfect hit. Starting to deal damage to the buildings as well though, so that will be pretty helpful. And yeah, Apaches and Cobras moving around here. Apache moving around on the flank. The enemy really trying to leverage that they destroyed so much AA of mine. Seed coming around once more. Seed eating a lot of Iglas though. The mix of AA, radar AA and infrared AA here, pretty important. TADBV finally around again. I finally was able to afford one. Against airborne divisions, you don't need to invest into tanks super much. IFVs most of the time are pretty helpful against all the infantry as well, and can do a good amount of damage as well. So eventually, for pushing forward, the TADBVs will be helpful. Apache here, pretty annoying. I love moving back. Well, it's double Krat setting up. 27 minutes remaining. Enemy still on the +1. 300 points ahead. Position in the south, not in danger. I would have expected at some point some movement here, but the enemy fully focused on the northern part. Rocket artillery coming in. We try to deal with the airborne leader. This time around, it gets them. Igla coming around over here, trying to push back the Apache. Double coup moving around. There's the airborne. Get heavily damaged as well there. Buildings destroyed as well. Really helpful for a tank division. That's why you want rocket artillery like that. To flatten buildings even, just to push the infantry out of there. Igla pushing back the Apache. Not getting anywhere close to kill, but that's still quite nice. And then we have more Humvees coming in here. Sheridan coming in as well. Enemy helicopters potentially could have attacked down here. I still had 2 more planes, but this for sure would have been dangerous. That's the moment where I would have had to push completely in up and north. To not let them run away with too many points. Like, I was always eager, waiting to see if something happens down here and I might have to push. Like, you can't give the airborne divisions too many points. +1, +2, +3 is fine, but if they come up to a +4, +5, then obviously it gets problematic. So I was always looking out for that. Seeing the helicopters down here would have been the go sign for me. Push up top with what I got. Luckily for me, that wasn't necessary just yet. And the Grud now aiming around as well. Humvee. I need the TADBV. Micro gets that saved though. The TADBV here now in a gnarly spot, and that's when you have tanks against airborne divisions, is always what you want to leverage. Especially if they can survive a TOTU, that the enemy always needs to find something good to deal with them. Grud reloading. BRDM will help with that. And the enemy tries to push in, but it's only infantry, that's pretty slow. We have a rocket artillery piece coming in here. And that will hit these guys pretty hard. We have one under fire. We'll get dealt with. Flash as well. F-16 coming up with LGBs. Seat right behind that, so enemy still has that super strong air force that we will have to be careful of. And the F-16 drops the bombs, seed planes moving around, and my AA just not really wanting to hit much. LGB gets out alive. F-16 at least gets hit as well. And the LGB at least didn't quite kill my TADBV here either. In need of repairs though. Airborne Dragon needs to be killed. Motostrelki tries to get on top of that as well. Whilst the rocket artillery is trying to push them all out here. This one not so great. I thought the TOTU was already in there. It wasn't. But now we have the Spetsnaz for the south as well. The one dragons here can be dealt with. Enemy for sure should have been a bit more mobile, as I said. But now the Gruds have great targets. TADBVs can start to pick up enemy infantry on the long range as well, where they can't retaliate. And that's just what we did here. One dragon already 3 men down. And more following. 6 men left only now. Let's form people now. And that's one dragon over here. Getting hit pretty hard as well. TOTU-1 is the problem though. Smoke comes out in time. IZD aiming over here. Gets hit against the toe. The other TADBs come around. Humvee toe moving around. TADBV have to decide if they want to move forward or not. Airborne Dragon getting hit. Well, it's more Sheridans. But yeah, now it was all about slowly holding this. I stopped the tick and I knew I would have to get in here. Like, obviously nothing to push in here. Enemy also knows I have to get in here though, so I need more efficient trades for now. And that's what I try to get with artillery. AA needs to be staying close to the TADBVs so that we don't lose them and lose half of our assault units there. Keep key always needs to be put a finger upon so that you can smoke the TABVs in time. And then, yeah, kills there against all the Sheridans, all the light vehicles. That's where tanks like the TABV then excel. And now more infantry coming around. Little AT here now left. The helicopters in the rear can, but there is a good amount of AA now. And as I said, I still feel like a push in the south might have been the solution at this point. But with the situation now, I mean, that would just mean that we're gonna roll over in the north completely. 29 gets pushed back again. MiG-29. Another love coming around. They with 100 points, a good bit more expensive and less cost efficient. Akatsuya now coming up with really accurate strikes out of this range as well. LGB being pushed back. Meanwhile, Cobra's getting attacked. One of them goes down. Apache and Cobra have to return. And slow push towards the zone. KD at this point already quite heavily in my favor. Airborne still around though. So the IZD has to be careful. S-25 rockets gets the kill. Avengers get the kill in retaliation though. But the point should be open now. And that's where we get to a +2. That should be enough. Yeah, point captured here. +2. Starting to take over. Apache, ATGM gets some hits. As the S-25 tries to get a hit on it as well. LAB going down. Meanwhile, saw a bit of movement in the south. KDBV, not really the best country for pushing forward with them. I knew the enemy didn't have much here early on, so KDBV moving around nicely. Ural pushing up a bit as well. Well, it really is all about keeping enemy helicopters out of here. That's why all the Iglas moved up as well. And potentially any enemy airplanes. LAVs and Humvee tows. Somewhat scary. Good kill there though. Enemy with a lot of air, and now the push comes in for the south. Capture all of that as well. And that's where the enemy surrendered. And that's when we got the comeback. And as you can see, yeah, the KD did mirror it as well. You just need to keep the calm and focus on the sectors that you want to win and the ones that you want to hold, so that you don't get yourself too stretched out early on, especially if you have an FSP like I did. Then that all is a bit tougher, but we did it in the end here. And I hope this helps you out as well. If you have any further questions or ideas regarding how to deal with forward deploy, let me know down below in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye, and have a great day.